distribution and payroll company for a company called Transamerica. Have you ever heard of Transamerica before? Right? WFG is also part of the Aegon Group. Have you heard of Aegon before? Yes or no?
No.
Don't worry about it. 13 years ago, I couldn't even spell the name. Right? Because they're not in the United States. They're a Dutch company. They're based in the Netherlands. They've been around for over 150 years. Right? Guess what happens? Well, they've been so successful about Transamerica, and they do business in the United States under the name Transamerica. Now, through Transamerica, we represent over 300 different companies. Do any of these look familiar to you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Which ones?
Moya Nationwide.
Just curious. If Transamerica was not a credible company, would these people partner up with them? Yes or no?
No.
So would you say we're a pretty credible company?
Yes.
Boom. Question 1 from TRC sheet. Right? Second question is what? Does these concepts work? And could they be life-changing? So that's my next thing I go into. Right? I said through these companies we help families in many different ways. Some of the things that we do are things like IRAs and Roth IRAs. These are basically individual retirement accounts where I can kind of choose where to put my money at. But when I pull that money out, I can either be taxed on it or have it 100% tax-free. Right? This depends on how you like to pay taxes. We also do a bunch of annuities. Right? Annuities is just insurance on your money. You know how we have insurance on our car and we get a car accident? What happens? The insurance company comes in, they evaluate it, and try to bring it back to its what? Original value. So the rich and the wealthy use annuities for the same way. So when the stock market goes down, we bring it back and keep it at its original value. How does that sound for an investment?
Wow.
Right? We also do what? Mutual funds. It's basically what we call a glorified savings account. But better returns and still liquidity. You can access it whenever you want to. How's that sound for a savings account? Right? Or maybe even an emergency fund. Right? We also do something called life insurance. Have you heard of life insurance before?
Yes.
They say that 70 to 80% of most families are either insufficient or not protected at all. So when they die too soon, they got to ask people for money or do a bunch of car washes. Which one do you want to do? I hope none. Because think about this. How many $5 donations can really help your family when you're gone?
Wow.
Not many. Now also, too, we also have long-term care. They say 3 out of every 4 families are going to need that in the future. Right? The average costs between $50,000 and $90,000 a year. You think that's affordable if I can't work anymore? That's not affordable at all. So we help people with that as well. We also help people with 401ks and retirement accounts as well, right? So pretty much we do everything under the sun except buying and selling stock and real estate and mortgages. How's that sound so far? Right? I said, no, let me explain why I'm so passionate about what I do though. See, 13 years ago, this company came to my life and taught me some financial concepts that totally changed it. And what happened was they taught me and implemented some simple rules that I can put into my everyday life and do what the wealthy do, right? And because of what they taught me, I fell in love with our company, but most importantly, I fell in love with our mission. And our mission is making sure no family is left behind. And there's 2 types of families in America, family A and family B. Family A is middle America, family B is the rich and the wealthy. There is nothing different between those 2 families, by the way, except 2 main things. 1, how much money they make, and 2, who's telling them what to do with it. My question to you, Donnie, is if we had all the options told to us about our money and had a plan behind it, would we be in a better position today, yes or no?
Yes.
And that's why we believe that people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan, right? So let's talk about some rules real quick. Have you ever heard of the rules of money game?
No.
No. I'm so glad I'm here. The first rule we talked about, I don't even show them yet. I'm still talking about it, right? I said the rule of 72 is a rule of compounding interest. A pretty smart guy, not Chris, but a smarter guy named Albert Einstein actually discovered this thing. He said those who know it earn, those who don't know pay. So let me ask you, Don, if I give you 10 grand today, would you want to earn interest on that or pay interest with that?
Earn.
Earn. So let's teach you how to earn real quick. Right? 72 divided by any kind of interest rate equals how many years your money doubles. Right? Pretty simple. Let's go back a few years. Don and say we're 29 years old again. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
And let's say we had $10,000 I gave you, and we take it to the normal place, which is called the bank. If we're lucky, the highest interest is about 1%. Right? 72 divided by 1 means my money doubles every 72 years. That means at 101, I'll have a whopping $20,000. Can we wait that long?
No.
I don't think so either, man. I said, that's why we have to get better interest rate on our money, don't we? I said, so my question to you, if I was going to earn interest, would I rather earn 1 to 4% or 6 and 10?
6 and 10.
Isn't financial services so easy?
Wow.
I said, what if we just knew rule number 1 when we're like 8 or 9 years old and used it when we turn 18? Where would we be today financially? Where would we be? A lot better, wouldn't we?
Right.
I said, that's the rule of 72, right? I get 6 and 10% return, so I write that down. I said, the second thing I want to do is teach you how money grows. Now this is even simpler. You guys ready? I said the first way is called a fixed way. Watch my hands. It doesn't grow very fast, but two, we don't lose any money. Right? Pretty simple. That's called the fixed way. The second way is called the variable way. It's tied to the market. Market goes up, your money goes up, market goes down, your money goes down, and so forth and so forth. That's called the variable way. The third way is called the index way. Where the market goes up, your money goes up, and the market goes down, we lock it in. Market goes back, your money goes up. How's that sound? Where would you rather be? Here or here? Point it out.
Here.
So my question to you is, if I'm really trying to send my kids to college and really trying to retire like I want to and really trying to pay off my home, how do I want my money to grow? Fixed, variable, or index?
Index.
Let's talk about the third rule, which I think is the most important rule after the rule of 72, is how is my money going to be taxed? As you know, when I make money, I get taxed. When I spend money, I get taxed. Even when I pass away, I get taxed. I said, so if I can teach you on how to minimize that taxation, will that benefit you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Of course. I said the first one's called tax now. What they do is they take money and you save it. When that money grows, they send you a 1099 and they do what? Tax you every single year. That's called tax now. The second one's called tax later. Where now what I do is I take money that has never been taxed and I save it. Right? And hopefully that money accumulates. And when I pull that money out, I get taxed. Now my question to you is, are taxes going to go down in the future or go up in the future?
Go up.
So think about this. How smart does this sound? Let's avoid taxes today on a smaller amount to pay taxes later on the bigger amount when I know taxes may go up. That sound logical to you? But 95% of America calls that a benefit. You guys see the benefit yet?
No.
Let's talk about the third way. It's called tax advantage, also known as tax never. So I take money that's already been taxed, then I save it, let that money grow, and when I pull that money out, I never pay taxes on the growth. So my question to you is, how do you want your growth to be taxed? Now, later, or never?
Never.
I said, just curious, this is my interview, by the way. If this is true, and I can prove it to you, how many people in our community needs to know about this? How many? Everybody. You see why I invited you here today for a one-on-one to see if you want to make some money with me? Right now we have so many referrals coming in, we don't have enough agents to service them. Right? I'm looking for 2 to 5 key people to bring on board so I can mentor, train, and develop to do my job. Right? To make millions and millions of dollars and change people's lives. Have you ever thought about changing people's lives in your community? Ooh, it's a deep question, huh? Couldn't even give a straight answer right away. Right? I said, what if you did, though, change your community? What would that do for you and the name you built? I said, so my question to you is, if I can teach you this and put money in your pocket, is there any reason why we couldn't be in business together? I said, well, you are probably wishing to see how much we make, right? So let me show you. 200 times 12, 12 equals what? 2,400. 2,400 times our medium contract is 45%, which is 1,080. 1,080 4 times a month, that's $4,300. $4,300 times what? 12 months? That's an extra $51,000 a year. So if I can teach you these simple rules and make this kind of money, is there any reason why we can't partner up? No. I agree. But this isn't our interview, it's only our first interview. See, I feel good about this interview, but I don't think we're done yet. Because 90% of our business is done with people we don't know, so I want to assess you and see how you interact with people you don't know. We're having a career night this Wednesday, and I'd like to have you as my guest, right? And what I'm going to do is me and all the brokers in our office are going to be assessing you, and if we feel that you're a good fit for our firm, we're going to give you a position that day. Is that fair? Great. See you then. Bye. That's my interview. Right? So get more guests to BPM. Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So now what happens? I go now do a KTP. I do the exact same thing, but now I go to my last page. I said, so just curious, where are you putting majority of your savings at? Tax now, tax later, or tax never? That's the only thing that changed. That's the only thing I added so far. So where do you put your money at? Tax now, tax later, or tax never?
Tax later.
Tax later? Anywhere else?
Tax now.
So let me ask you, what specifically do you have in tax now? How about tax later?
Okay.
And guess what I do? I slap them with a 401k. With a smile. Right? I'm gonna show you a simple example of what we're doing, right? And this is what we do on Facebook, which is why we make so much money, by the way. You guys learn something?
Yes.
The presentation's not that hard, is it?
No.
Now, we already know that we're enticed in 3 different ways. What are the 3 ways that we're enticed by a 401k?
Free.
One day. Not 1 week, 1 day.
Oh, that's
So, why do you do it? That's all I ask. Free money, either dollar to dollar or a certain percentage. Tax savings usually between 3 and 10%. And retirement, so you never have to work ever again. Why did you start this?
The company.
Company match, whatever it was, right? I don't care what you say, I'm saying, oh, good. So, what I do first, I said, let me explain what happens when you're in this account, is that okay? It goes through 3 simple phases. The first phase it goes through is something called the growth phase, right? Usually people find their career in their late 20s, early 30s. Would you agree? Yes or no? Hello, answer me, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Savings.
So, let's say an average family, husband and wife will save $250 per month, that's $500 a month. Yes? 250 times 2 is 500. I do that every single month, that's $6,000 a year, times 30 years, that's an average career, that's $180,000 saved. Is that pretty good, yes or no? That's a pretty good savings,
That's
right?
a savings.
But this is called the savings phase right
Savings
here.
phase.
Sorry, I got excited. This is my savings phase. You guys got that?
Yeah.
That could be a G. Savings. So let me ask you, Chris, if you saved $180,000 in 30 years, would that be a pretty good savings amount?
Yes.
It's better than none, right? I said, now what happens is, that savings has to grow, doesn't it? Now, our job is to make sure we get between 6 and 10%, yes? So let's say I take the $180,000 and I get a 6% rate of return. Just a 6, right? Is that doable, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So with compounding interest after 30 years, I turn that 180 into $502,000. My question to you, Chris, if I can do that kind of savings and turn into that kind of money, would you do the investing with me?
Yes.
If I
Yes.
can almost triple or quadruple your investment, would you do business with me? Of course, right? I said, but during this growth phase, there's 3 things that happen. The 2 main things that we're not going to talk about are fees and market loss. But I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about our 3rd phase only. Is that okay? Now, my 3rd phase is what we call a taxation phase, where I take it on as income. So I have this $502,000, and if I touch it any time before 59.5, what happens?
Penalize 50%.
Right? You guys know the numbers. I'm not going to go over it
Right.
again. You guys already know this stuff, right?
Mm.
I said, now this is why people retire between 60 and 65, but between that age, 59.5 and 70.5, I have 0 penalty. But we still have taxes, don't we? Can it go up by the time you turn 60, 65, maybe 5%? Yes or no?
Yes.
So now what happens? Now we're at 35% federal, 15% state, 10, 30, 10. I'm still losing, even when I'm supposed to touch my money, I still lose 50% of it. How's that sound for retirement? Now we have the 70.5 one, where they're gonna make you touch this money. It's called your required minimum distribution. If I don't touch my money by the time I turn 7.5 years old, the IRS gives me the biggest penalty known to man, which is 50%. So let me ask you, is that 3 to 10% of savings worth paying 50% later, yes or no?
No.
Is that dollar to dollar match or that percentage worth you losing 50% later? No. My question to you is, with this in place, can I retire?
No.
No.
So, my question to you is, if I can still get you 6 to 10% returns and get you that 180 and turn it to $502,000, but take away all fees, all market loss, and all taxation and keep the whole $502,000, would that be a better investment? Yes or no?
Yes.
So if I can put a plan in place that can get you there, would you take advantage of it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Boom, then I take out this last page. I said pick one. So I can fill out your F&A. Right? We're going to work on increasing cash flow in your financial plan, properly protecting your family. Which one do you want? And then they pick it, and then guess what I do? I mark the boxes on the piece of paper. I said, great. Now I want to keep your information fresh in my mind. I want to keep my information fresh in your mind. So when can I come back in the next 48 to 72 hours? What day be better for you? And I set the second appointment. This is how we hit our EMD run, by the way. We took everything away except the problem on an appointment. Right? And then we got out of the problem, get out of the appointment, we come back with a solution, and they finalize the solution. We got away from that. We started selling products instead of the actual plan. Right? We started selling the products instead of the actual concepts. Simple concept: growth, savings, taxation. That sound hard to you? Real simple. Okay? Just so you know what 10% is. That's 1.1 million. What's 12%? 1.7 million. Just so you know, don't forget it. 10% is what? 1.1. Right? 12% is 1.7. So whatever you want to use, just make sure you're confident you know their numbers. I was with a mathematician the other day, and I knew he was a mathematician. I just want to make sure he was listening. I said, and I messed with the numbers on purpose. I was like, no, I just want to make sure you're listening to me.
Well,
He started laughing. He's like, you're silly, dude. Yeah, but you're about to be my client on Saturday morning. Right? I said, what if I could do the same thing for your college plans? What if I could do the same thing for your retirement account? What if I could do the same thing for a legacy plan for your family? To change your last name forever? What if I could do the same thing to get you out of retirement faster? Or get out of debt faster? Would you do it? What am I doing now? I'm selling dreams. I was just one little concept of minimizing taxation. Right, Kev? Yep. Is that a hard presentation? So I just went from hiring you to KTP now. Oh shoot, that was the same damn thing. Except now I have a what? Something to write down. Raise your hand if you feel you cannot do that if you don't practice, if you practice it forever. Everyone can do this, you gotta practice it though. I hope you wrote it down. I hope you recorded it. Because sometimes you don't show up to my boot camp, so I can't teach you it. Right? Of course, life's gonna happen. I don't take anything personal. Right? Mary does a little more than I do, but it's okay. We're working on that. I'm just kidding. But hey man, I'm looking to dominate this company, man.
yes.
I'm trying to take over Pinnacle. Like, why in the heck is a coach on the second page? And our team's on the third and fourth pages. But the people I coach in this business are on the top page, on every category. That's how bad you want it, right? Yeah. So that's what today was about. That's what we got together today.